Hi friends, it's Gwen. I'm back with another tag. This is the Disgruntled Readers book tag, and this was created by Colleen at Creating Colleen. I will have a link to her channel in the description box below. It's just a few short questions, but they were quite interesting and made me think, so it took me a couple days to put this together. But without further ado, number one, a word that you hate. And I actually picked up 3 words that I hate. The first one being guzzle. I don't know why guzzle bothers me so bad, but it just, such a weird word, guzzle, I don't know. And then 2 other words which really don't need an explanation is fag and retarded. Don't really like those words at all. I didn't even really like saying them for the video, so you know. Question number 2, a common writing device that you hate. And it's kind of like a literary device, a writing device, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but I think it's pronounced periphrasis, if that makes any sense. And what that is it's when, I actually wrote down the definition. It is excessive language and surplus words to convey a meaning that could be conveyed with fewer words and a more direct manner. And that was just seemed like periphrasis right there. So, and I do have an example written down as well. It says, instead of simply saying, I am displeased with your behavior, this is the periphrasis example. The manner in which you have conducted yourself in my presence of late has caused me to feel uncomfortable and has resulted in my feeling disgruntled and disappointed with you. And I just can't take it. I mean, like, I guess it has its place, like, in the literature world, but when I'm reading something like that and I see that, I'm just like, just say what you mean. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. Question number 3, an author who disappointed you. And it actually took me a little while to come up with an answer for that. But I chose Holly Black. And the reason why I'm choosing Holly Black is because whenever I read her books, I'm super excited about the premise of a book that she's gonna write, or like I get a book because I'm like super excited about it. The first book being The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. I really liked the premise of that book, but it fell a little flat for me. And the biggest example being is The Darkest Part of the Forest, which I was so excited about. It sounded like it was gonna be amazing, and it just never came to fruition. Like, that's one of those books that, like, she's one of those authors that have like a great idea, but I don't think she really fleshes it out very well. And I'm not opposed to like picking up her other books and trying them out, but I am a little hesitant. Question number 4, a series that I stopped reading, and I'm just gonna say Lord of the Rings, and the reason is because I guess 2 springs ago now, it's like summer and it wasn't this spring, so it was like the previous spring, I borrowed all 3, like Lord of the Rings, that trilogy, and The Hobbit, and obviously I wanted to read The Hobbit first, so I started with it and I couldn't really get through it, so I kind of abandoned the whole idea. And then it wasn't until Ribsat round 5, just a couple months ago, where I finally picked up The Hobbit and finished that. And I don't actually own my own copy of Lord of the Rings. Maybe I'll try to pick it up in the future. I'm not really sure, but... Question number 5, a genre that you really don't like. And for this, I'm gonna say, like, as a broad, you know, generalization, I don't really like nonfiction that much. Every once in a while I'll dabble in it, like if I'm interested in the person, or, you know, subject matter, but it's not often that I read that. I'm also not a really big fan of classics as much. And yeah, I don't really read those outside of school. And the third is literary fiction, and I'm trying to get into literary fiction. I just don't think I have found my groove with literary fiction yet. I have tried a couple different authors and couldn't do it, so I don't know what to say. Question number 6 is tricky. A book recommendation that instantly makes you distrust the recommender, or a book that someone says they dislike that makes you distrust their taste. And I don't know if someone could say, like, I I hate the Hunger Games, and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't ever trust them again. Or, you know, something like that. I don't, because I just know that like everybody has their niche in reading, and what you read is like personal to you, and I just think I realize that like way too much. So my answer to the question is, I guess if I rated a book 1 star, and some of the ones that I've rated 1 star, again I had to write these down, The Graveyard graphic novel by Neil Gaiman, volume 1, awful. The Turning by Francine Prose, awful. The Wicked Girl by Alex Marwood, awful. And Blacklight by Patrick Melton and the other guys that wrote the Saw franchise, awful. So if someone recommended me one of those books and said, oh my gosh, this is my favorite book ever in the entire world, you have to read it, and then I read it, I'd be like, oh wow, like, no. So those are my answers. So if I've rated a book like 1 star and you say it's like your favorite book, I'm probably not going to trust you ever again. But yeah. And question number 7, a classic book everyone has read that you have no interest in picking up. And I'm not sure if everybody has read it, but I know it's like a pretty big classic out there, and that is Fahrenheit 451. But oddly enough, because of this tag right here, I was compelled to pick it up. And I got it on my Overdrive app, on my iPad, and I started listening to it on audiobook. And I've had it for about a week, and I haven't finished it yet. Yeah, I probably won't finish it on audiobook, to be honest, but it did compel me to pick it up, so yay, book tag? I don't know. Anyway, those are the 7 questions that Colleen created for this Disgruntled Readers book tag, and I thought they were very interesting questions, and it really kind of made me think about like what you know, classic am I not picking up? What, you know, genre do I not enjoy? What author really has disappointed me? You know, what writing devices kind of annoy me? What words do I hate, like when I run across them? But those are the answers that I have for you right now. I'm sure if I thought about it more and, you know, you ask me in 5 years the same set of questions, I'll probably have different answers. But I'm going to go ahead and tag everybody that's watching this video because I'd like to spread it around. There's kind of a couple videos going around that are similar, but this is in tag form, which makes it so much easier. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!